Here's more now of Joe Biden's pre-recorded remarks played at the funeral, calling for racial justice and offering words of comfort to Floyd's 6-year-old daughter, Gianna.
Little Gianna, as I said to you when I saw you yesterday, you're so brave. Daddy's looking down. He's so proud of you. I know you missed that bear hug that only he could give. The pure joy riding on his shoulders so you could touch the sky. The countless hours he spent playing any game you wanted because your smile, your laugh, your love is the only thing that mattered at the moment. I know you have a lot of questions, honey. No child should have to ask questions that too many black children have had to ask for generations. Why? Why is Daddy gone? And looking through your eyes, we should also be asking ourselves why the answer is so often too cruel and painful. Now is the time for racial justice. That's the answer we must give to our children when they ask why. Because when there is justice for George Floyd, we will truly be on our way to racial justice in America. And then, as you said, Gianna, your daddy will have changed the world.
You know, John Meacham, that is what Americans are used to in their presidents. From FDR's fireside chats, where he talked a frightened America through the Great Depression, to Ronald Reagan's pitch-perfect response to the Challenger disaster, to George W. Bush standing on top of the pile of rubble after 9/11, saying, "We hear you, and soon the world will hear you." Joe Biden's response is the response that we Americans, Republican and Democrat and independent alike, are used to during these times. But it's contrasted in the White House, the same time Joe Biden is delivering those moving, eloquent remarks by a president who was tweeting and attacking a 75-year-old man who was brutalized by police and is in the hospital fighting for his health. The contrasts are so great, but it seems so long, even though it's only been 3.5 years since we've had a president who actually spoke like Joe Biden did there.
Yeah, the theme here has to be both restoration and reform. I think that's where Vice President Biden is. He's about restoring that vernacular of grace and dignity and the aim of equality that, you're right, we have been blessed with for a long time. But it also has to come with reform, which is what the vice president said as well. Look, it was 8 minutes and 46 seconds. It's also been 400 years. And we can't lose sight of that in the midst of this. I thought Reverend Sharpton did a masterful job yesterday of weaving the particular and the universal together, which is one of the great missions of a preacher. And one of the great points of liturgy, right, is to remind ourselves that we're part of a vast drama, but we're also individual human souls. And so what I think is really important here is we take, the other thing I was thinking about yesterday watching the funeral was Dr. King's eulogy at 16th Street Baptist Church for 3 of the 4 girls who'd been murdered in September of '63. And his thematic, his refrain was, God has a way of wringing good out of evil. God has a way of wringing good out of evil. That is an excellent and comforting point, but the comfort is pretty cold when you're in the midst of that evil. And what Biden was pointing ahead.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.